In the latest Cyberpunk 2077 news, following a CD Projekt Group audio webcast with President and Joint CEO Adam Kaczynski, CFO Piotr Nielubowicz, and SVP of Business Development Michał Nowakowski, there has been a cornucopia of updates to shift through. On the topic of communicating with gamers, it was reiterated the group aimed to be proactive and be reactive to gamers' needs, both directly at trade fairs and community events, as well as through gaming media and social media portals. On the topic of the game's classification,
we have obtained vast majority of ratings already for the game. The game has been submitted for the ratings, I think. I don't want to lie to you with exact dates, I don't remember the exact date, but it was earlier in March. And by now we have obtained vast majority of ratings, so there's no risk of us not obtaining rating for the game. We don't really see any major physical related or any risks related to the launch that may impede us or stop us in any way from launching in September. There are some difficulties with the localization process, specifically with recording some of the actors. Most of the studios are right now closed down, at least for the time being. However, we have managed to record vast majority of the voiceovers, but there is always some last pickup sessions, and we're not very worried about that because that's something we can record even late and add in a form of digital patch. So by the moment the customers would actually buy the game in September, they would just download a file which would add the missing pieces of recordings. But that process has been hampered a little bit, in here and now. It's not something we identified as a major risk, but this is literally the only thing that is on our radar. Everything else, we either already are past that hurdle, so we're not really impacted by it, or things are progressing smoothly, or business as usual, I would say.
This would also be confirmed by Adam Badowski on Twitter on the marketing strategy leading up to September.
So first of all, the marketing strategy and the missing E3s, Gamescoms and all the shows. I mean, we've been planning for that since as early as I think second half of Feb. So this has not been too much of a surprise to us, to be perfectly honest. We've been working on a digital strategy to unveil new facts about the game, to present new beats to the players. One has to remember that while of course E3 and all that is super important, I mean the conferences were presented to the vast majority of consumers via digital format, so people were watching that on streams, Mixer, whatnot, rewatching on YouTube and so on. So vast majority of that content was consumed in a digital form anyway when it comes to mass consumers. So that won't change. We are working, however, on smart ways to present it to as large volume of people as we can. I'm not really able to go into details here on this call. That's part of the mix we're working on, but we have plans from June through September without any physical events happening, and we're able to execute the whole marketing mix without that. When it comes to the final marketing mix, there are various scenarios we're considering. There is also a scenario which considers purely digital marketing, but of course we're not at this very moment in time excluding other forms of marketing such as physical in-store presence or out of home, but of course that will depend on how the situation in particular market is going to evolve. The situation is so specific that a lot of these assets available for placing marketing in special places is pretty much frozen right now, and we'll be able to react very fast. We are ready in terms of actual our assets to be everywhere we want to be. So we're prepared to be both physical and digital should need be. So we're keeping the flexibility for as long as we can. We're constantly updating each other on the major markets, but also on the smaller markets, and we'll react accordingly depending on what is the situation once we get closer to September.
On the mobile game, the Spockco group are working on.
I mean, the prototype is playable. We are testing it. Our lesson from Gwent, one of our lessons from Gwent, were releasing online game can wait till the moment that we are sure that we have absolutely amazing, fun to play, cool game. So we are now focused on internal testing, and we are now focused on making the game better and better, and it's too early to say when we'll be ready to release it. And the fact that we want to release very polished product is even more important, bearing in mind that the game is purely mobile. For now, we can share any further details about Spoko project.
On how CDPR are splitting their team between 2077 and the multiplayer component.
There are 600 people working all together on Cyberpunk related projects, or a bit less than 600. The team is focused, of course, on single player release. Some people from multiplayer are engaged in single player and the other way around, because those projects are directly connected. So the team in Wrocław, which is 40, is dedicated to multiplayer. So that's what I can say. The vast majority is working on single player release.
In terms of bringing Cyberpunk 2077 to the next gen consoles,
we have announced, in response to Microsoft's announcement of their smart delivery, that we will, when the version of the next gen is going to be ready for Steam, that it will be available for the players who purchase the Xbox One version. There's no official announcements coming from PlayStation, so we really cannot confirm or deny anything. It's PlayStation that first needs to address these issues, and then we're happy to make a comment, but we cannot jump the gun ahead of them. I hope you understand that. In terms of Microsoft console, like I said, I mean, we have officially confirmed both the updates and the cross-gen availability, meaning that you'll be able to play the game from the get-go on the next gen. However, when it comes to a proper, fully blown next gen version, that's gonna come later. We haven't announced when, and I don't have a new comment here on that. But such patch will be available for everybody who purchases the Xbox One version here and now from the get-go. Once that update is live, they will be able to download that free of charge. That's the announcement we have officially made. And again, I cannot really comment on the policies of the first parties before they officially announce them. So
there have been many reports on DLC and story expansions being announced before the game is released in September. Let's investigate. As far as I'm aware, the origin of this nonsense is from VGC. VGC publicly said their project president, Adam Kaczynski, confirmed that Cyberpunk 2077 will have no less DLC than The Witcher 3 had. Well, if Adam Kaczynski made that comment, I will play the recording for you right now.
I'm the party pooper.
Oh wait, he never said that. Just in case I might have misheard the audio. Despite listening to it multiple times, I contacted my tumbers at CDPR, who provided me with a transcript of the full event. Nowhere in the transcript of the audio webcast does Adam Kaczynski or anyone else from the PROJEKT group mention DLC. Once again, toxic individuals making false claims. Finally, the awesome Jeremy Lee, voice of V, released a new photo. Photographer was Dana Patrick. Thank you for chipping in.